Like much of the country, Douglas County had a record number of residents voting by mail this past general election. Now, while there were a few small issues, Election Commissioner Brian Cruz says the election went smoothly and voters can feel confident in the results. Cruz spoke to the Douglas County Board today, and 3 News Now reporter John Kipper tells us just why he feels so confident the vote was secure.
Was there any hint of election fraud in Douglas County in 2020?
No, there was not.
Election Commissioner Brian Cruz was clear that he sees no evidence of voter fraud in Douglas County. It was a year where Republican Congressman Don Bacon and Democrat President-elect Joe Biden both won the 2nd Congressional District by a healthy margin. Cruz says there's a number of fail-safes in the system: test decks, pre- and post-election audits, and coordinated checks with the Secretary of State's office.
So we have all kinds of audits and checks and balances that we know that the voices of those in Douglas County were heard clearly and accurately and according to their will.
County commissioners widely praised Cruz for administering a fair election, saying voters can be confident in the results.
And this year was singular in its high vote and no fraud. It worked. We got an honest vote. We got an honest election.
The county saw an incredibly high 75% voter turnout, with 63% of those that voted doing so by mail. 98% of those requested a ballot ended up turning in that ballot. Last month, Secretary of State Bob Evans said he was concerned about what happened to all those ballots that weren't returned. Cruz says it's simply up to each voter if they ultimately wanted to turn in their ballot.
I don't have any real concerns, and part of that is because we did have such a high return rate in Douglas County.
Now, believe it or not, Omaha residents will be voting for their mayor and their city council member in less than 4 months. Cruz hopes the higher voter turnout that we saw in the presidential election will translate to the city elections, which typically have pretty low voter turnout.
I do. I think we're seeing trends move towards a higher turnout, and we're seeing trends of younger voters getting involved.
In Omaha, John Kipper, 3 News Now.